guys, welcome to Freedom on a Budget and Dumping Debt Friday. I just want to start off, I'm sorry for this blank wall. We are still transitioning. I moved in now to the new place, but Jamie has not moved in. He's not moving in until after we're married, and we have a lot of exciting plans. We have an office. I'm going to have a little filming corner, and it's going to be really cute and decorated and whatnot. But for right now, I just have to film in front of a wall. So please forgive me. I hate this. I hate the shadows. I'm not a fan, but it's only temporary. And Jamie, he's a very creative guy. He works with lighting. He's a lighting designer. And so he's going to make me a really cool little studio corner. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, please forgive me. Please ignore this lack of background. And yeah, so this is Dumping Debt Friday, where I answer your questions. Typically, they are financial related questions. I'm getting out of debt, where we are in finances, different questions like that. But I do also open it up to weight loss questions. You guys know that I'm on a weight loss journey with Weight Watchers. Wedding question, budget wedding related questions, as wedding in general. Relationship question with Jamie, anything you guys want to ask. I am an open book, so please feel free to answer or ask those down below, and I'll be able to answer them in an upcoming Dumping Debt Friday Q&A video. All right, so we got some really good questions. I'm really excited about them, and I'm going to jump right in. All right, first one is from Sami TheBarefootRamble, and she asks, I need some advice. I started taking FPU yesterday, and I'm very excited. That's awesome. FPU is incredible. I'm on baby step 1, but my issue is that my income is very low. I'm currently working on finding a better paying job. My question is, should I stop paying my credit cards and get my $500 emergency fund? So just to clarify, Dave recommends that you only do $500 for an emergency fund. Don't quote me, I should have looked this up, I'm sorry. I believe it's under $20,000 of annual income. And if you make over that, then he recommends a $1,000 emergency fund. That's it. Yeah, which is hard. That's scary, especially if you have a family. But the reason for that is he wants us to get so gazelle intense, so mad at our debt, so scared that we fight that much harder to get out of debt, and that we built our 3 to 6 month emergency fund. So that's the thought process behind it. Now, some people have a couple months or a couple $1,000 as an emergency fund. I know some people have that deductible for their health insurance as their emergency fund, so in case something medically went wrong, they would be covered with that. So like a $2,000 deductible or whatever it is for their medical insurance. So to get back to your question, you want to know if you should stop paying on your credit cards. So you don't want to stop paying on them completely. You want to still pay the minimum balance, but anything above the minimum balance that you were paying previously, if you were, you would stop that and put the $500 towards your emergency fund. So don't be paying any extra on your credit cards or debts until you have the emergency fund. Once you have that emergency fund set in place and in a safe place that you're not going to spend it, but also in an available place. So not something that is invested or something that you can't get to. You want it in a savings account that you can get to. Mine is in my Capital One 360 account. You guys know I love Capital One 360. Link is down below if you do want to check it out. I believe you get $25 for signing up. So mine is there, and then anything extra that you get goes to that. Once your emergency fund is fully funded, you're going to start your debt snowball. So you're going to list your debt smallest to largest in order. Don't worry about the interest rate, just smallest to largest. Start paying on your months on everything, and then the smallest debt, you're going to put all your focus on that. Once that paid off, then you're going to move to the next one and put all your focus towards that one and put the payment that you're making from the first one to the second one. Then there starts to snowball. So that way you are getting gazelle intense, and that way you're making progress. The debt snowball is so incredible. And the motivation that you get from it is crazy, guys. Once you start paying off the debts and seeing momentum, you get so gazelle intense, you get so focused, and you just want to get another debt paid off. So you can be putting that money towards the next one. It's incredible. Next question is from Rach and Riggs, and she asked, do you still use any credit cards, or did you get rid of them completely now that you are debt-free? Credit cards. So we haven't talked too much about this. Now, Jamie is on board with Dave Ramsey plan. Very much on board, very supportive. He, has realized that this has changed my life, helped me get my finances in order. everything, but he doesn't live completely with it. He doesn't do cash envelopes. He doesn't believe in debt like me, which is amazing. But he does have credit cards. He does pay them off each month. And we are working through in premarital counseling what we're going to do what we're going to do with the finances, how we're definitely combining finances when we get married, but what are we going to do with these credit cards? What are we going to do with them? So I do not have credit cards. I've had one credit card. I take that back. I've had two credit cards my entire life. The first one was one that I got in college, and I did it to build my credit. I needed to build credit, and so I got this credit card to build my credit, because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Yeah. So was building my credit, and then money started getting tight, and I was putting, more gas on it, more groceries. Instead of paying it off every month, they got maxed out. It's like a $500 credit card, got maxed out to like $1,000. So then after a while, I paid that off, closed the card. Hadn't had a credit card since. Then a couple years later, I think when I first started dating Jamie, yes, our first Christmas or second Christmas together, I wanted to get him a express suit, which was like $300. So I was like, why don't I open a credit card? It'll be interest free and this and that. I didn't really understand it. And so I opened up the credit card, then decided not to get him the suit. So I had the credit card for months, never even purchased anything on it. And then maybe a year later, I found Dave Ramsey. So that's my history with credit cards. Like I said, Jamie has them, but he pays them off every month. We're still deciding on what we're going to do with them. So stay tuned for that. That'll be interesting. Next question is, also from Rach and Riggs. And she says, have you determined how much you want to save for the emergency fund? We haven't determined yet. It is still up in the air because we don't know how much our finances are going to be. We don't know how much we're going to be spending on groceries. We don't know how much we're going to be with insurances. Jamie just signed a contract with a new company, and they actually pay for his health insurance, which is incredible. They pay 100% health insurance. So I was anticipating adding him to my plan and doing a family plan because I have really good insurance. But now we won't have to do that. He's going to have fully paid insurance. We'll have separate insurance plans. But car insurance, we have to add him to our car insurance. So different things like that. Gas and all those extra expenses, I don't know how much they're going to add up to. And we're just kind of play by ear for the first couple months. Any leftover money from the wedding, if we have any, is going to baby step 3 immediately. And we are, once we get everything under the belt, we are going to try and live off of Jamie's salary and then put mine in the bank. So whether that goes to the emergency fund, part of the vacation funds, it'll go to baby step 4 when we get to that point in investing in different things like that. Roth IRAs into, bumping up our 401k, stuff like that. So we're going to be playing around with that, but that's really exciting. But we haven't figured out how much we're going to do for emergency fund. Probably between 10 and 15 grand is what we'll end up doing. Next question is from Living Large on Lifetime. And she said, I will be interested to see how you guys blend your finances. Will you be pooling finances into one account as you go? I know most married couples, me included, have one account and pay everything jointly, but my parents have always, and still to this day, even in retirement, keep separate bank accounts to pay on different bills. It'd be interesting to hear pros and cons on both methods. So right now, first of all, just blanket statement, we 100% agree on combined finances when you're married. Separate finances before you get married. Once you get married, combined finances. We're going to do that 100% from day one. Now, we have multiple accounts. I have my Bank of America checking account, Bank of America savings account. I have my Capital One 360 accounts. Jamie has a Wells Fargo checking account, a Wells Fargo savings account, another savings account with a different bank as well. So we have multiple accounts. So in the beginning, we're just going to be adding each other onto the accounts so that we have full access to each other's accounts. Then we're going to start closing accounts and combining them. I'm very Bank of America. Jamie is very Wells Fargo. So it's kind of a battle of which bank we're going to use. But I think I'm going to lose the battle on this one. We're going to go to Wells Fargo. He is just adamant on Wells Fargo. And to be honest, okay. So eventually I'm going to close my bank account, transfer all that money to Jamie's, and we'll start, combining that. We'll have one main checking account, and that, that's what all debit cards will be pulled from and everything, and then some savings accounts, and, depending on how we do it with singing funds and whatnot. And taxes, he has to take taxes out, I'll have to take YouTube taxes out, everything like that. So we're going to figure that all out. But 100% joint accounts. All right, last question. This was actually, I believe, an email or Facebook message. And it says, "Hi Kelly, I'm 19 years old. I'm really happy to have found other YouTubers like you that are living debt-free. I have a question about being without credit card. Right now I'm cash flowing my college education, and I'm so excited that I have not taken out any student loans because of scholarships." That's incredible, absolutely incredible. "Although I only have 2 more years of college, and I don't know how to look for and save for an apartment without any credit. I was wondering if you can help me with some tips and tricks. Thank you for being such an inspiration." That is so awesome. I am so, so proud of you for not taking out loans for your school and doing it cash flow. That is incredible. So just because you don't have a credit card doesn't mean that you don't have credit. You can have credit from, paying your bills on time. If you do have debt, other debt, like, I know you don't have student loans, but a car loan or anything like that, that's all getting reported to the credit bureau as well. And I was actually worried about getting this apartment when we moved in, because after I paid off my debt, my credit score started going down. And so I was kind of worried about that, because they said that I had to be within this range for the apartment, and I didn't have that. So they did say, they did put a clause in the lease that we were signing that if you don't have, your credit score isn't enough, if you can prove by your bank statements that you have enough money in the bank, and that you're getting like a regular income and different things, pretty much they just want to know that you're going to be able to pay your rent, and they're not going to have to kick you out, pretty much. So I would just work with them, be upfront and honest with them. Most apartment places are so flexible with stuff like that. They want to see that you're legit. If you're telling them, "I'm cash flowing my college, I am not taking out any student loans," and stuff like that, they're going to be impressed with that, and just say, "Hey, this is, how much I'm making. This is how I'm budgeting the money. This is how much I'm putting for savings. This is how much I'm putting for, my rent," and everything like that. Like, I'm going to have no problem paying my rent on time. And if you're open and honest with them, most likely they're going to accept you. And if you're not, you can go to another apartment complex and you're going to find one. So keep looking. If you have any questions with it or having any trouble, let me know and I'll be able to help you out with that. All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your questions. I absolutely love them. Please leave more questions down below, and I will be sure to answer them in an upcoming video. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.